Dear friend, I don't know what time it is as you're listening to this video. Maybe it's 10 p.m. Maybe it's 2 in the morning. But if you're here, perhaps you're like so many of my patients searching for something to help you fall asleep more easily, sleep more deeply, and wake up truly rested. I'm Dr. Ethan Greenwell, 60 years old. And for over 3 decades, I've walked alongside thousands of people across the United States, people just like you and me who entering midlife begin to realize sleep is no longer as effortless as it once was. I still remember the first time a patient told me this. A man named Tom, 67 years old, retired for a few years. He looked at me, sighed, and said, "Doc, I just can't sleep. I go to bed at 10, but don't doze off until midnight. And even then, it's not deep sleep. I wake up with my head heavy, feeling like I've been running all night." And you know what? Tom wasn't alone. There's something many people over 50 go through, but rarely talk about. We forget how to rest. When we're young, sleep comes as a natural gift. Just lie down and drift off. But as we age, the brain becomes more alert. Health worries our children, money. Loneliness creep into our sleep like a ticking clock in the dark. Our bodies ache, we toss and turn with no peace. And so every night begins to feel like a battle between you and your own mind. But I want you to know this. You don't have to put up with poor sleep just because you're getting older. Sleep is not a privilege reserved for the young. It is a natural right, and you deserve it. That's why I want to share with you tonight a gentle, safe, and deeply effective method, sleep hypnosis. Sounds a little unusual, doesn't it? But in truth, you've hypnotized yourself before without even noticing. Remember those moments when you were reading and suddenly realized you had no idea what you'd just read, or when you were driving on a familiar road and somehow arrived at your destination with no memory of how you got there? That's a light, hypnotic state when the mind lets go of tension and begins to drift into quiet. In this video, I'll guide you step by step on how to use sleep hypnosis to bring your body back to that original stillness it has always longed for. No medication, no pressure to force yourself asleep. Just a little deep breathing, a little gentle guidance, and a kind whisper to your brain. It's time to rest now, dear one. Let me be your companion tonight. Let my voice lead you back to yourself, to a place where you're allowed to let go, to stop thinking, and simply sleep. We'll begin in just a moment. Dear friend, before we begin our journey into sleep tonight, I'd like to share a little with you about the method we'll be using, a gentle yet powerful approach that has helped thousands of people over the age of 50 rediscover the deep, restful sleep they thought they had lost. It's called sleep hypnosis. Now, when you hear the word hypnosis, you might picture something mysterious or even someone being controlled. But the truth is quite different. Sleep hypnosis is not about mind control. No one can make you do anything against your will. This isn't control, it's gentle guidance. It's a kind invitation to release your thoughts, let go of tension, and allow your mind to return to a deep state of rest. Scientifically speaking, sleep hypnosis works by guiding your brain into the alpha and theta brainwave states, 2 types of brain activity commonly seen during deep meditation or just before you drift off to sleep. Alpha waves happen when you're in that relaxed, almost dreamlike state, still awake but very calm. Theta waves begin as you start to sink into drowsiness, the in-between space between waking and sleeping. It's in this space where there's no overthinking, no problem-solving, that your body and mind can begin to truly heal. Many studies have shown that sleep hypnosis can reduce stress hormones like cortisol, slow your heart rate, stabilize your blood pressure, and activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the system that helps your body relax and recover. The most beautiful part is you don't have to fully believe in it for it to work. You just need to open your heart a little, allow yourself to be gently guided, and surrender to the natural rhythm of breath, voice, and imagination. And the benefits of sleep hypnosis go far beyond falling asleep faster. It can help you ease anxiety and quiet a racing mind, soften emotions, and help you feel safer as you lie down. Create a nightly ritual that gently signals to your body it's time to rest, so you don't need to do anything at all. No effort, no resistance. Just let sleep come to you softly, like your breath. I'll be here with you, guiding each breath, each moment, until you gently drift into a deep and peaceful sleep. Are you ready? Let sleep hypnosis be the gentle gift you give yourself each and every night. Dear friend, I want you to pause for a moment. Just a moment. Stop thinking about tomorrow. Stop checking the clock. Stop wondering, will I be able to sleep tonight? And just breathe. You might smile because of course we all breathe, right? But I'm talking about a kind of breathing that we've long forgotten. A slow, full, intentional breath, like you're having a kind, gentle conversation with your own body. One of my patients, Rose, she's 68, once told me, Dr. Ethan, the moment I lie down, my mind starts spinning. Bill's my daughter, the milk I forgot to buy. I'm breathing, sure, but I don't feel present. Have you ever felt that way? Your body is lying in bed, but your mind is wandering through old memories, future worries, unfinished lists. That's exactly why deep breathing and counting your breaths is the first and most important step on the journey back to sleep. Imagine this, you're lying still. The lights are soft. There's nothing you need to do, no one waiting for you to answer anything. Just you and your breath. You breathe in slowly through your nose, then out just as slowly through your mouth. You begin to count. 1. As you inhale out, as you exhale. Then 2. Another breath in, and so on up to 10. Then you start again from the beginning. Don't try to focus hard. If you lose track, don't worry. Just gently begin again, because the goal isn't control, it's release. Scientifically, when you breathe deeply, especially when you lengthen your exhale, you're sending a message to your nervous system. Everything is okay. That's how you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for relaxation, slowing the heart rate, lowering blood pressure, and preparing your body for deep sleep. Breathing, it sounds simple, but when done mindfully, it can shift your entire state of mind in just minutes. I've guided hundreds of patients through breath counting before bed. No fancy sleep devices, no medication. Just sitting with yourself, listening to each breath like an old friend has returned. And something curious happens. As you begin to count, your mind begins to soften. The noise in your head gets quieter. Then, there comes a moment when you're no longer counting, not because you stopped, but because you've already fallen asleep. Dear friend, sleep doesn't come because you force it. It comes when you allow yourself to let go, and sometimes one single breath is all you need to begin. Try it tonight. I'll be right here beside you, reminding you with each breath until you're ready to drift into your own sleep. Slowly now. No rush. We've got a whole night to rest. Dear friend, I'd like you to imagine something for a moment. A suitcase, after years of traveling with you through life, is now packed full. Not just with clothes or items, but with bits of tension you've unknowingly collected over the years. Our bodies are just like that. They carry things we're not always aware of. A worry from last week still resting on your shoulders. A quiet loneliness from last night tucked inside your chest. Or simply the fatigue of a long day lingering in your joints, your toes. Have you ever felt that way? Lying in bed, but your body feels stiff like stone. Not exactly painful, but not at ease. Not truly letting go. One of my patients, Julia, 74, once said something I'll never forget. Doctor, I feel like I've never actually laid down. I'm on the bed, but my body's still standing like it hasn't been given permission to rest. That's why today I want to share with you a gentle, simple practice. One that can bring a deep transformation to your sleep. It's called the body scan. Now that might sound like a medical machine doing its work, but really it's a quiet ritual of self-care guided by attention and kindness. You'll learn how to gently bring your awareness to each part of your body, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, and soften as you go. I invite you to try this now or tonight when you lie down. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and begin by noticing the crown of your head. Feel your scalp, no need to change anything, just be aware. Then bring your attention to your forehead, the place we furrow when we worry. You might gently say to that area in your mind, "It's okay to relax." Next, your cheeks, jaw, neck, and shoulders. The shoulders, where we carry so many invisible burdens. Pause there for a moment. Exhale and imagine setting down a heavy backpack from those shoulders. Continue on. Arms, hands, chest, belly, lower back, hips, thighs, knees, calves, and finally, your feet. You don't need to do anything grand. Just notice and give your body permission to rest. From a medical perspective, body scan has clear benefits. It activates the areas of your brain responsible for body awareness, helping you break free from the loop of overthinking and return to the present, where there's no to-do, no should-be, only presence. Many studies show that practicing body scan before sleep reduces activity in the sympathetic nervous system, the one that keeps you alert, and instead activates the parasympathetic system, which helps the body relax, digest, heal, and sleep deeply. You don't need to be perfect. You don't have to remember every step. Just treat your body like an old friend, one you visit each night to ask, "Are you tired?" And then, with all the gentleness in the world, you listen and say, "Okay, we can rest now." Dear friend, body scan isn't some magical technique. It's simple, like a quiet hug for yourself. And sometimes that's all it takes to begin a peaceful night's sleep. Try it tonight. I believe your body will thank you for it. Dear friend, I'd like you to try something simple right now. Close your eyes, or if you're watching this close to bedtime, just lie still and take a deep breath. And imagine. I know, imagination might sound like something only children do, but the truth is, your brain has never lost its ability to imagine, whether you're 50, 60, or even 90 years old. In fact, according to some neurological studies, the parts of the brain responsible for imagination remain active well into later life, and they can serve as a bridge that leads you into deep relaxation without needing any pills or devices. One of my former patients, Mr. Harvey 71, once told me, "Dr. Ethan, I couldn't sleep because my mind kept replaying things I couldn't change. But one night, I tried listening to your beach visualization, and strangely, I fell asleep without even realizing it." That's the power of guided imagery, or simply put, intentional imagination. You don't need to go to the beach to feel calm. You just need to invite your brain along for the journey through imagination. Let's try it together, right now if you're ready. You're walking along a quiet beach. The sand beneath your feet is soft and warm, as if gently embracing each step you take. Every time you lift your foot, the sand moves away smoothly, no resistance, no clinging. Above you, just a few lazy clouds drift by in a calm sky. The ocean breeze brushes your cheek, cool and gentle, just enough to remind you, you're alive, you're here. You hear the soft rhythm of waves like nature itself is breathing. Now and then a seabird glides past, leaving behind a single clear note in the air, light and free. When you imagine that and allow yourself to feel it, something inside your brain begins to shift. From a medical standpoint, guided imagery activates areas of the brain linked to positive emotions while calming the centers that process stress. It can move your brain waves from beta alert tense to alpha and even theta, where sleep often begins. You don't need to be good at imagining. You just need to go along with the story. Follow your breath and give your mind permission to wander a little. Because sometimes it's in those very moments of wandering that we find our way back to inner peace. Young people run, adults walk fast. But at a certain age, we begin to relearn how to slow down and how to rest with intention. Guided imagery is not fantasy. It's a gentle tool, a way to return to the deepest part of your mind, where there are no bills, no duties, no noise, only you and silence. Dear friend, don't be afraid to imagine. Let these soft images guide you into sleep like an invisible hand leading you through the peaceful garden of your own soul. And if tonight you fall asleep somewhere along that sandy path, then congratulations, because that means you truly let go, and sleep finally found you. Dear friend, I want to share something with you, something that may seem simple, but has the power to transform your sleep, and perhaps even your inner life. It's this what you say to yourself before you close your eyes. Have you ever noticed? When you lie down at night, no one else around, no TV, no voices. The only thing left is that small voice in your head. That voice can be gentle or harsh. It can soothe or stir up worry. It might whisper, "I'll be okay," or murmur, "There's still so much I didn't get done." I once had a patient named Frank, 66 years old, retired but still restless at night. One evening after a consultation, he asked me, "Doctor, why do I feel like I have to stay on guard all night, like something will go wrong if I fall asleep?" And you know what? That feeling is very real, especially if you've spent years caring for others. You've been a parent, a provider, a protector. And when life finally quiets down, the brain still thinks it needs to stay alert. But now you've entered a new season of life. Sleep is no longer neglect. It's one of the deepest forms of care you can offer yourself, and for the brain to believe that we need to whisper to it kindly. I call this positive suggestions, gentle affirmations. Each night, try repeating to yourself, "I give myself permission to rest. Everything is okay, at least for now. I am safe. I deserve to sleep well." You don't have to believe these words fully the first time. But like water shaping stone, these nightly whispers, if repeated consistently, begin to reshape how your brain responds to sleep. From a scientific perspective, this makes perfect sense. Our brains operate through belief patterns and reflexes. When you repeat a message often enough, it's no longer just words. It becomes a biological signal. It helps calm your nervous system, lower stress hormones like cortisol, and increase slow-wave brain activity, the kind you need for deep healing sleep. I once asked Louise, 70 years old, what changed for her after years of insomnia. She smiled and said, "I started telling myself each night, 'Louise, that's enough for today. You can rest now.' And I believed it. Sometimes all it takes is one sentence spoken at just the right moment to unlock the door to sleep." Dear friend, we've grown used to speaking kindly to others. But what about ourselves? Try offering yourself that same kindness through a simple whisper each night. Let sleep no longer be a battle, but a quiet meeting between you and your soul. And if there's only one thing you remember from this video, let it be this: I deserve to rest. Because you truly do. And sleep is always waiting for you each night. All you have to do is allow yourself to enter. Dear friend, have you ever felt like you want to sleep, but your mind just won't let go? Your body is tired, your eyes are closed, but inside there are still little waves, rippling, a whisper of worry, a memory unfinished, a task left undone. One of my patients, Mr. Walter, 73 years old, once said something I still remember to this day. "I feel like I'm on a ship, but I can't anchor, just drifting through the night. I know it's time to sleep, but I don't know how to reach the shore." And I told him, just as I want to tell you now, sometimes you don't need to find the shore. You just need to drift a little slower. One technique I often share, simple but incredibly effective, is counting down. You can imagine it as walking down an invisible staircase, where each step brings you closer to sleep. There are no alarms, no flashing lights, just numbers and your mind gently gliding into stillness. Let's try it together. Close your eyes now, exhale slowly, and imagine 10. A door opens. A soft, gentle light. You take one step down. 9. Your breath deepens. The world around begins to blur. 8. Your thoughts settle like a calm lake after the wind has stopped. 7. Your shoulders grow heavier in the best way, like finally setting down a burden. 6. Your breath finds a steady rhythm. Your body begins to let go. 5. You realize there's nothing more to do. 4. You feel as though you're gliding on a soft cloud, unhurried, unworried. 3. The last thoughts begin to fade into the distance. 2. There's only you, and a lightness that fills the space around you. 1. You arrive at a quiet place, and their sleep is already waiting to welcome you. Biologically, countdown techniques can help shift brainwaves from beta alert and tense to alpha, relaxed, and finally toward theta, the threshold of sleep. You don't need to imagine a grand scene. Just allow your mind to follow the numbers as if drifting away from the noise of the day and slowly entering the sunset of your inner world. I've seen many people, over 50 people who once believed, "I'll never sleep well again," find their way back to restful nights just by counting backward and breathing with themselves. And the most beautiful part, sometimes, they never make it all the way to 1. They fall asleep long before they get there. So if tonight you find yourself restless again, don't chase sleep, let sleep find you through those soft, steady numbers. And I'll be here with you each breath, each step, until you've truly come to rest. Because you deserve to let yourself go into sleep like a bird at dusk, gently landing after a long day's flight. Dear friend, at this moment I just want to gently remind you of something very simple. Something you may have forgotten, lost in the weight of daily worries, the long restless nights, or the quiet aches in a body that no longer feels as young as it once did. You don't need to push yourself to the brink of exhaustion just to earn rest. Sleep is not a reward for being worn out. It's a gift of healing because you deserve to be healed. Whether you're 50, 60, or 70, your body is still listening, still softly longing for a gentle, restorative sleep. And I hope this video has felt like a quiet whisper, a reminder that you're not alone on this journey. If this brought you a little peace tonight, please consider sharing it with someone you care about. Perhaps they've been needing this too. And if you'd like to keep receiving soft reminders like this, don't forget to follow the channel. We'll meet again in peaceful nights to come where you can let go and be healed little by little. Wishing you a deep and restful sleep. I'm Dr. Ethan Greenwell. Until next time.